As I drive back to Brianna after the mission, the hum of the engine and the cityscape passing by become a backdrop to my contemplations. The encounter with the Merc lingers in my thoughts like a specter refusing to fade. The broken Merc, stripped of his chrome and reduced to a mere shell of his former self, raises unsettling questions. Cyberpsychosis, a phenomenon well known in Night City, has claimed another victim. The line between humanity and machine blurs in a city where augmentation is not just a choice but often a survival necessity. His offer of dog tags for a cover-up is a stark reminder of the harsh moral calculus that defines the mercenary life. Yet, I couldn't bring myself to accept. Completing the job, no matter how grim, is a principle I've clung to. But does that make me any different from those who exploit others in the name of profit? The quiet drive back gives me space to reflect on my own cyberware, the extensive upgrades that make me more than human. Is there a point where these enhancements erode the essence of what it means to be human? As I navigate the neon-lit streets, I grapple with the dual nature of my existence, wondering if the price of power is a gradual detachment from my own humanity. It's a familiar internal debate, one that echoes the larger struggles of Night City itself. In a city where survival often demands sacrifice, where humanity is traded for cybernetic might, I ponder the thin line I tread between mercenary pragmatism and a slowly eroding sense of self. The city, with its glittering lights and hidden shadows, remains both my ally and adversary in this ongoing existential conflict.
It's done? Reinder's dead? You didn't let us down, did you?
Didn't let you down. He's gone. For good.
I hope he was scared. That he begged for his life.
Didn't look too happy. Can tell you that.
On behalf of all the residents of the Stacks, thank you.
It's the least I could do.
The target. Is he terminated?
Took care of him.
Congratulations, then. Contract closed.
Driving toward Reed's location, the cityscape blurs in my peripheral vision, a mosaic of neon lights and concrete. The mission ahead is laden with uncertainty, and the lingering questions about Songbird's motives cast a shadow over the impending operation. Songbird's offer, the supposed cure within the neural matrix, feels like a precarious promise. The very nature of the black wall and the IAs beyond it is shrouded in mystery, and placing trust in a figure with a history of betrayal is a risk I'm not willing to take lightly. Reed, at least, seems more straightforward. His motivations align with the mission, with no hidden agenda apparent. But the same can't be said for Songbird. Her involvement in the previous operation and the revelation of her past betrayal of Reed sow seeds of doubt. How much can I trust her assurances about the potential cure? Is there a hidden agenda behind the seemingly altruistic offer? As I navigate the city's labyrinthine streets, my thoughts are a whirlwind of skepticism and caution. The lines between ally and adversary, trust and betrayal blur in Night City's intricate web of intrigues. The looming mission with Reed may hold answers, but the shadow of uncertainty persists, a constant companion in a city where trust is a rare and fragile commodity.
Lena Malina released a new BD. Fucking awesome.
Sure. Once he pays everyone back.
Blue moon, red
Red Menace, Purple Force. It's us, cracks!
How'd someone like you end up here?
My owner bought me from some junk dealers, revamped, reprogrammed, and finally infused me with her spirit. Gape Earth and this unhappy wretch entomb, or change my form whence all my sorrows come. The tree still planted in the unfinished part, not wholly vegetative, and heaved her heart.
Your programming sounds ancient.
What can I get you?
Been here before, Reed. Remember last time we had this convo?
And yes, the rules is not that different. But the stakes are. The classic copy and paste of ID matching bioscans behave. Ah, V, you're here. It's about time, too. We're nearly done finalizing the plan. V, join it.
Op not sitting well with you, Alex.
Reminds me of a few other sitches we handled. One in particular sticks out. Before NC, we worked in Op in Colombia. Medellin. Song's
Not
first
now,
mission.
Alex. We have enough to do without digging up ancient history.
What happened in Medellin? What was the op there?
We had our sights trained on a guy who sat on the Colombian president's back pocket. Sold him smuggled Corptex.
You saying the FIA pulls strings overseas?
A lot of what we do doesn't get printed in the norm sheets. Anyway, we used stolen identities on that mission too. Things didn't go exactly as planned, but that's a long story.
Think we can spare 60 seconds? Hell, might even learn something about So-Me that'll prove useful.
All right. Our person of interest was one Luis Hernandez, arms trading heavyweight. We aim to plant our own SA in his organization. Alex had adopted the identity of an engineer from Hernandez's entourage. She was our ticket in. She walks in to attend a meeting one day. She sees one of Luis's bikini model girlfriends prancing out on her way to walk his Doberman. Spending big money on kitsch luxury. It was kind of his MO.
So, what happened?
Well, So-Me had put together Hernandez's dossier. Problem was, an important detail slipped through the cracks. The engineer's abject fear of dogs. Cold sweat, shaky hands, soggy pant leg, that kind of fear. When the Doberman sniffed Alex's knee, she pats him on the head and says, "Who's a good boy?" Then, she went to pull up a chair at Hernandez's table. Before she could sit down, they had two barrels to her head and one trained at the base of her spine.
What did you do?
Well, my hands are bound, got a sack on my head. Here a collapsible baton snap into place. Thwack. I did what anyone do in that sitch. I lied my fucking ass off. Don't sit quite straight to this day, though.
Okay, back to Night City, folks. With our sights trained on a new target. We've parsed the intel from the shard So-Me gave us. It's a solid foundation for the mission we want to run. Surveillance, recon, data gathering, planning, it's all done. It's high time we righted some wrongs of the past.
Fuck off, Reed. Give it a rest, will ya? Nothing here's your fault. Woman's an adult, made her own decisions. Consequences caught up to her.
No, she was manipulated. There was no one around who could have had her back. Here, V. Mission details on this.
Alex nailed it. If anyone's to blame, it's Myers, not you.
You might be right, but so am I. Right, our objective, to free Somi from under Hansen's duress. Unfortunately, this ain't a normal rescue op, because, well, she's been infected with something from beyond the Black Wall, a consequence of her service to the NUS and President Myers. I'm not about to pretend I understand the tech whys and hows. The important thing is, if she doesn't get treatment, it'll kill her.
The cure is an AI that lives on a neural matrix. Hansen possesses said matrix now. We aim to seize it.
So this neural matrix, how much do we know?
Experimental tech nested in a mainframe that someone dragged up from deep beneath Dogtown. From a bunker, to be exact. Part of Project Cynosure, a joint US Militech operation mounted in a bid to counter Arasaka's soul killer. The Matrix itself is a functional container. It houses an AI from beyond the Black Wall, and its design lets the user deploy the AI for a specific purpose. In our case, to fix you in Songbird.
All right. Plan. Let me hear it.
Hansen to meet with the net runners you already know. The meeting itself is our chance to get close to Song and the Matrix. Hansen hired the French duo because they worked for Militech years back. They know its security protocols inside out.
Also, they're selling Hansen access codes. Handy when Songbird goes to extract the Matrix from the Cynosure mainframe. Hansen's gunning for data from what he knows was a secret Militech NUS research project. He has no idea the neural matrix is in there too. Runners, scans, and behaviorals we have. Now we just need to take those twins out of the equation.
Emmerich and Aurora Cassell. We know anything more beyond what we saw firsthand?
Yep. Songbird put together full profiles for both. Super short brief. They got their start at Militech and dove in deep. That is, till they learned the pay's better on the dark side.
I buy that. Sure didn't hide their love of Eddie's.
Gonna miss that next paycheck, because they ran into us. We're gonna nab them before they reach Hansen.
So we kidnap them. How we want to do this?
They're driving a rental while in NC, an exploitable opening. We're gonna track their ride and hijack it before they reach Hansen at the stadium. That's where you come in, V. We'll need you to breach the rental firm's tracking system. Alex will fill you in later. Once we have the runners, you'll take their place. The behavioral imprints are tuned already.
And your role in all this, Reed?
I'm drawing up your exfil route. Once you complete the mission, you need to get out in a hurry. I'll provide transport, make sure the path's clear and problem-free.
Brings us to the final stage, right? Meeting with Hansen?
Right. Where you'll sell him the access codes to the mainframe. In other words, the key to unlocking your medicine cabinet. One of you will join Somi in the lab to feed in the codes when needed. Hansen's likely to keep the other at his side. Collateral.
I'll stay with Hansen, you'll join Songbird. Once the data floodgates are open, you'll signal me. Gonna disarm Hansen, take him and his guards out.
Hansen and his goons. Aim to handle them on your own?
Can do a lot more than play dress-up, thank you. Plus, element of total surprise in my corner. Still, sweet of you to worry.
Sounds like Flatline and Hansen's set in stone.
Order came directly from Myers. Confirmed at the state. He took a potentially lethal swipe at the president of the NUS.
And Songbird.
We have to rescue her. Myers told you as much yourself. All clear? If you have any questions, now's the time to ask.
How much have you told Myers? What's she know?
That Somi's fallen into the hands of the man who's organized the downing of Space Force One.
Is that all?
All for now.
Things couldn't be clearer. Let's get to work. So, time we talked about nabbing the runners?
Cover that in a minute.
You know Reed better than I do. What he thinks? What's his true aim here? Saving Somi or carrying out a mission?
Saul imagines he's responsible for her. Always has. Thinks he's responsible for all of us. Hell, even for you, I bet. It's how he keeps his grip on reality, life. With mixed results, mind you.
And so me?
Same story as always. Dares, lands neck deep in shit, somehow crawls out. Rinse and repeat.
Myers doesn't know the deets of this op, does she? Never will. Is that right?
It's not wrong.
So, we serve Hansen up on a silver platter. It'll be salutes and handshakes. Shit goes sideways. We're royally fucked.
Welcome to the agency.
And any for your thoughts, Alex? About all this?
Honestly, still wondering why neither of us went back to DC. Not me, not Reed.
They put him to sleep. Saddled you with the Dogtown assignment.
Who are you kidding? Say we disobeyed orders, gone back. Addressing down by some bureaucrat would be the worst we'd have had to endure. Think we were both waiting for something, like the downing of Space Force 1. Probably makes us a sad fucking pair of hypocrites.
Intercepting the runners. How do we do that?
They're driving a rental. Plans to break into the rental service system. Karen Exotics. Specializes in rare models. Karen has tracking stations around the city. Gain access to those, we find the car easy. There's a station not far, near Pacifica Serenity Bible Church. Check it out.
Stations. How do they work exactly?
They ping vehicle IDs across the network, monitor location, tire pressure, all of that. Hack them, and it'll be open season on the runners.
So breach the station, trace the car. Good, what then?
Use this little doodad. It'll pop the locks on the doors, let you take complete control from the trunk.
You know, Kabuki's tech wizards sell similar stuff under the counter. Would never call it reliable.
Well, Fed tech wizards are just more skilled than Kabukis.
Better be.
When you think your nearest station, scan your surroundings. They're not concealed. Shouldn't be tough to spot.
Get right on it. The plan laid out by Reed and Alex is intricate, and the stakes are high. Kidnapping the Netroners from the Black Sapphire is a risky move, but it seems like a necessary step to gain access to the neural matrix, the existence of the Blackwall AI. Within the device adds another layer of complexity to the mission, and the unknown condition of the lost Militech creation introduces an element of unpredictability. As I absorb the details of the plan, I can't help but reflect on the broader implications. This mission isn't just about obtaining a device. It's entangled with the power struggles between corporations, the enigmatic Blackwall, and the precarious balance of the city itself. The city pulses with life and danger, each decision carrying consequences that reverberate through its intricate networks. Trust, or the lack thereof, is a constant undercurrent. Reed and Alex may be allies in this mission, but the shadow of uncertainty lingers. And then there's Songbird, the wild card with her promises of a cure, a figure whose true motives remain elusive.
B, heads up. I can't talk long, but two things, quickly. First, good news. I managed to upgrade your relic's firmware. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Don't worry, completely painless.
Relic upgraded? How'd you manage it? No easy feat, I'd guess, tweaking tech that advanced.
Let's say I've had extra time on my hands. More than I expected.
Don't worry, we're getting you out of there.
I know.
First good news, you said. So there a second thing?
Right. It's super important. Stays between us. It's gotta. Proof of my trust. I'm sending you coordinates. Come after dark. We should be able to talk freely. Okay, need to Delta. But see you soon.
Songbird's reaching out, talking upgrades for my relic biochip. Sounds like a good deal, but it's got me on edge. Sure, a firmware boost might be handy, but the ease with which they claim to tweak my internals raises a bunch of questions. Songbird's a top-tier netrunner, no doubt, but that kind of control. The offer is framed as goodwill. But Night City ain't big on freebies. Gotta keep my guard up, especially when dealing with someone who can dive deep into my systems. Trust is scarce around here, and with Songbird, it's hard to tell if this is a legit alliance or if there's some hidden play. The upcoming meet will be telling. Gotta navigate these tech-infested waters carefully. The last thing I need is to be at the mercy of an ally turned enemy in this city of chaos.